Hello everyone. I'm Dimitris Kyriakopoulos, and I lead the Node.js chapter at Kotsoulos Digital Factory. First of all, I would like to say that I'm very happy to be here with you and part of the Devoxx community. Today, I will share an experiment that we ran with Kotsoulos team, integrating AI into our CI/CD pipeline, and more importantly, what we learned from it. So, take a seat. This is not theory. It is something that we implemented, used, and currently using. So, let's start. Before jumping into the experiment, let's take a step back. Today, software development is happening at a scale. We are building more services, more integrations, and larger systems than ever before. At the same time, everything is moving faster. Shorter release cycles, more deployments, and more pressure to deliver quickly. And naturally, this leads to an increased complexity. More moving parts, more interactions, and more chances for small issues to slip through. And this is exactly where code reviews are becoming both critical and challenging. So, this is not theory for us. At Kotsoulos, we operate systems that support millions of customers across multiple services and integrations, running in production. So, imagine our customers. We have to provide them the same exact experience, either they are visiting a Kotsoulos store in Athens, in Thessaloniki, in Cyprus, or in Alexandroupoli, or if they are coming through digital channels, such as call center, our website, or through marketplace ecosystem, because right now we give the opportunity to our customers to buy through Volt application, through eFood and Scrooge. So, having all this in mind, you can imagine that scale, speed, and complexity are part of our everyday reality. And this is where we started asking ourselves, can AI assist code reviews? Not to replace engineers, but to assist them. What if we could get feedback earlier in the process, before a human review even begins? And what if that feedback could highlight small issues that are easy to miss? And this is what led us to run an experiment. An experiment that cost us 44 cents. Yeah, only 44 cents. And we have very interesting insights. So, let's see about the experiment. At the very first trial that we did, during a routine pipeline execution, the AI review flagged something simple but interesting. We had a function somewhere in the code expecting 6 parameters, but it was being called after some code changes with 7. Something not very obvious and definitely easy to miss, even during a normal code review. So, this is where exactly we found out it's important to take in consideration. Because we realized that there are small things that are easy to miss. Code reviews are essential, but they are not always consistent. Even experienced engineers can miss small details. So, we realized here that there is an opportunity to improve it. And we realized something simple. In most cases, feedback comes late, after the code is written, after the merge request is created, during a human review. And at that point, fixing things are slower and more expensive. So, instead of relying only on manual reviews, we asked, what if we could shift that feedback earlier in the process? And what if we could get automated insights right after when the code is being pushed? So, this is exactly what we tried to experiment. We integrated an AI-powered code review into our CI/CD pipeline. So, when a developer creates a merge request, The pipeline runs as usual, but now triggers also a new step, the AI review step, which actually is going to review the code changes and automatically post that review directly inside the merge request page. So, before even a human review happens. So, developers themselves can now immediately see potential issues and fix them. And the implementation behind it is actually simpler than it might seem. How does this work? What did we do? Inside our GitLab pipeline, we created a custom script, a new step, which does the following. It collects the code changes, it formats them into a prompt, and it sends them to OpenAI Codex API to analyze and generate and review. One note here, we don't expect only raw review. We ask also for severity classification of it. So each finding must have a severity classification. Either it is minor, major, blocker, or critical. So after getting the review back from Codex, via GitLab API, we post that review inside the merge request page before a human review even begins. So everything is happening inside the existing developer workflow. No extra tools, no context switching. And since this is part of our CI/CD pipeline, it applies horizontally for every service that we have, not only on one single application. So, having this running for a few weeks, we started discussing with the team what are the benefits, what are the findings, and getting feedback. So, let's start with the good news. The first is speed. Feedback is much more faster. Developers don't have to wait for a human review to fix small issues. Second is scale. It scales very well. Since it's part of the pipeline, it works for every service that we have. In addition, after discussion with the engineering team, it is also very helpful for them because it works also as an extra safety net. And also, having the severity classification there, it helps all the engineering team to have a common baseline regarding what is important and not. Because the philosophy behind it is to protect our architecture, the performance, the reliability, the stability, and our security. So having this in place, all the engineering team, either you are a senior or a junior, has a common baseline. But for sure, this is not perfect. We faced some issues. First of all, we do get false positives sometimes. Also, we had to experiment with prompts in order to get better results. And the most important part is building trust with developers. Because at the end of the day, this is a tool to assist, not to replace. So, having all this in mind, what are the final thoughts? What have we learned so far? First of all, AI works best as an assistant. It's here to give us speed and let us evaluate it and tune it. The second, timing matters. Earlier feedback makes a real difference. And last but not least, small experiments can lead to meaningful improvements. And this is how a 44-cent experiment made us at Kotsovolos rethink the way of code reviewing. And actually, this is a part of our philosophy, and the whole engineering team is very glad because we have the space to experiment and either fail with new technologies. So, that's all from me. Thank you very much for your attention and your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach me out. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. This stage of reviewing is somehow matched with the static analysis code, the classical static analysis code, and code quality tools that we have been using in the past.
Okay, very good question. At the moment, we are only reviewing the changes regarding the part of the file or the JS or the function that is being done, taking into consideration about the function execution and about the functions involving it. So it does not take into consideration the whole architecture at the moment, but it's actually something that we're going to look into as a next step.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you please on the microphone?
Thanks. There is a tool called Graphify. It's very nice. You can index your whole repo. I've tried it. And it's very good for reviews because you can index the complete architecture and have a pre-commit to update it. It can be updated every time you commit something, for example. And that can help the AI agent to query your architecture very fast without loading the whole code in context and having it waste a lot of money and tokens. It's very nice.
Okay, thank you. Very good point. We will check it. So, if no more questions, I will also be available at booth 18. It's outside here, the meeting room, at Kotsovolo's booth. Thank you.